All right. Hello, hello. We're ready to go. Cool. We are ready to go and rock and roll and got them all. Good. Well, good noon, everybody. And we're going to be going through a lot of things today. Going to be kind of an aggressive show. We're going to be working on a special not listed on the menu on the Kickstart program. We're going to do Georgia's world famous cauliflower mash because we have leftover cauliflower. So I want to do that. So I've got this going to get this started so I can be boiling that. We're also going to be working on some Greek chicken and a Greek chicken with a sauteed garbanzo bean Greek salad. And we're also going to be working on it says ground turkey with sweet potatoes and black beans. You know, guys, I don't care for ground turkey, so we're going to be using lamb, which you know that I do like. So that's kind of where we're at. So just so you know, this is week 3. And that's our menu. The great thing about this menu is that there's also a shopping list, and then there's also the nice recipes. Now, again, when I cook anyway, I find that recipes are a suggestion. If you're a baker, you're a scientist. You have to count, measure, weigh precisely everything in an order. Cooking is simple. And it's so simple that we just use regular ingredients. So looking at the NOVA, we might talk about a little bit about NOVA. And have you ever heard of the NOVA classification of food? We're going to talk about that as well a little bit. But we have this metabolic health plan for eating. Now, the reason we're doing this is because, well, that's me right there. That's me at Mr. Belly So Big. And, I've been a yo-yo dieter for as long as I can remember. And it really led me down a path to diabetes without me even knowing it. My fasting blood glucose was at 834 and my A1C was 18.1. Yes, I should have died. I should be dead. Those are more than critical intensive care levels. But I walked out of the clinic with those numbers in my head, because I believe that food got me into this mess and food will get me out. And in 107 days on this natural protocol, my numbers dropped to 7.2 and a fasting glucose of 90. I was on a path that I didn't understand. I had all these symptoms. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, that's me as Mr. Belly So Big. And my other name then developed because my blood was so thick, was maple syrup. And now I got down to a 28-inch waist. I just had to buy a new suit for a wedding, not mine, but a wedding. The pant size that we could find was 30, so I got that. But I had to get new shirts. I've got to get a new belt, new shoes. Because when you lose that much weight and change that shape, I've also, by the way, I've raised my weight by 9 pounds. Most people want to lose weight. I needed to raise my weight because I had sarcopenia. I got down to 143 pounds. At 73, I'm now 152 pounds and 30% lean muscle mass on the scale. So that's kind of where we're at. We're going to talk about cooking and fun eating and that. So the first thing I'm going to do is to get started. I've got the oven going. I'm going to work on putting the cauliflower in because that's going to steam. Georgia's cauliflower mash involves taking cauliflower. We're going to put it, see this? We're going to put that in there. I've got a boiling pot of water. I'm going to grab my cauliflower. Now, this is what's left over from the steaks the other day. Remember those steaks, nice steaks we made? Well, this is what's left over, all of this. It was $1.50 I spent at the farmer's market for a head of cauliflower this large. So we're going to take this cauliflower, we're going to put it in, and we're going to steam it right in there like this. And we'll check on this in a little bit. Get the heat back up. And let her steam. Okay, so we've got that started. Temperature's going. Don't want to melt my lights and everything else. I haven't ever done this before, guys. As you can tell, I am not a professional. But I did say at a Holiday Inn Select last night, as the joke goes, right? So we've got that started. And so there's the cauliflowers going. Now, just to show you, so you can see what we've done before, this is still left over from, this is still left over. This is the last of my Italian beef. Remember the roast we did last week? And we did some of it into beef tacos. We did some of it into fajitas. And I had so much left from just that one chuck steak that I made what Italian beef. And so there's that. So this is a leftover. One thing about being on the protocol is that it's so satiating with the fiber and the chlorogenic tea that you just don't eat as much because it naturally produces enhances your GLP-1 by 60% naturally. This is some leftovers from the green beans. That's cauliflower steak and the delicata. I'm getting more leftovers. And this is a combination of the chicken we did. We had the stuffed chicken and the cracked chicken. So the two different ones, that's leftovers as well. So this is still leftovers from what we've been doing. So I'll put these away. I just wanted to show you that if you get on the protocol and you follow it correctly, you save a lot of money because you're eating well, but you're not eating as much, and you're not even thinking about it that way. So just wanted to show you there. Perfect. All right. Now, I'm going to make my stronghold, which is this right here, stronghold. Because I've already been drinking my chlorogenic tea there. That's the first thing we started the day with. Now I'm going to do my stronghold. And stronghold is a blend. And there's creatine, leucine, and HMB, which helps build lean muscle. So I'm up to 30% lean muscle mass now. And so I'm going to drink this before I have the fiber. I've been drinking the chlorogenic tea, the Unamate, all day, all morning. And that's finished. We'll talk about that later. So that's good. I'll have another one this afternoon. Okay, so let's get started on the rest of the world we got going on here. So we are going to be working on the ground turkey, sweet potato, black bean taco bake, but we're going to use what? We're going to use lamb. So let's get that started. I'm going to get that out here, get the front burner going. Okay, front burner going. Just a smidge of avocado oil. That right there. Get that going, and we're going to get the lamb in. I love lamb. So it's grass-fed. This is all there is no antibiotics, no added hormones, vegetarian fed. What else you want? Perfect. I love lamb. Lamb is a great, great food that a lot of people haven't never had. And I encourage you to work and learn to expand your thing, expand your palate. Lamb has a unique taste. I love it in my chilies as well. So we're going to get it started, and it will take a lot of salt. It loves salt in terms of a flavor. But there we go. Let this start to brown. Okay, good, going there. Get that started, and then the next thing, while this is going along, we're going to start marinating our chicken. And for the marinade, we have chicken breast. I've wiped off, damped out. Let's just damp one more time. Pat dry, get them a little bit drier. Okay. All right, so there we got. So we have the chicken breast, and what do we do for this marinade? They want olive oil, lemon juice, oregano, garlic salt, pepper. So we're going to marinate it for a little bit. So where it says olive oil and garlic, I'm going to try some of this. This is some infused olive oil, garlic infused olive oil. And look at this, ingredients, olive oil, garlic. There we go. So we're going to infuse it with this. And it sounds good, doesn't it? All right, so we're going to put some of that in here. Going to let that sit and marinate for a little bit, along with, what does it say? Some lemon juice and oregano. Okay. Lemon juice. How much lemon juice? It says tablespoon. Okay, that looks like a tablespoon. And what else? It says a teaspoon of dried oregano. Dried oregano. So let's get that in here. There we go. That's a teaspoon. And what else goes in there? Minced garlic. I think we already had that infused. Salt and pepper to taste. We'll do that later. So let's let this marinate. We'll flip this around a little bit. Actually, let's do it now. We'll let these we'll let it marinate in here for a little bit. Marinate's fancy word for letting it soak. That's really all it is. So we're going to let this sit. We'll set this over here to the side. We'll come back and check that in a minute. We've got the lamb is going along well. Grab a, oh yeah. Gonna just get this nice and brown because it's gonna cook in the next part of the meal too. So, all right, we got this steaming. Now that's going in there. We got the lamb coming along here, come along nicely. Get browns. So we'll set that on top. These are nice little guards to keep the splashes from down. So you put a little screen over the top, keeps it from spraying your house all full of oil, but you can see what's going on. All right, and then the next thing we got to do, it wants us to saute some garbanzo beans. Well, I got to open up the garbanzo beans. So let's get out our handy dandy spinner. We're going to go ahead and open up that can. That's going to spin around. It's going to help us out. While that we're waiting for that, guys, I want to give you a special invitation that November 8th in Orlando. If you love, which I know you do, you care about, you want to improve your health and get some be educated, learn more, or maybe you know someone that's really into health, really into science, really into improving themselves. On November 8th, there's a one-day event in Orlando on November 8th, and we have a huge number of speakers come in. We have Dr. Jamie Seaman, who is the author and host of Fit and Fabulous. We've got Dr. Carlos, the author of The Metabolic Miracle. We have Dr. Nick, who is an expert and certified trainer in CrossFit. He's got a preventative medicine physician. We have Cynthia Thurlow, who is a nurse practitioner and author of Intermittent Fasting Transformation. We have Dr. Ben Bigman, who is the world's leading expert in metabolic health from BYU. We have Dr. Jason Fung. He wrote the book, Why We Get Sick. Dr. Jason Fung, author of the Obesity Code and Diabetic Code. And Nina is coming in, and she's author of The Big Fat Secret. All of these at one spot, one day. If you would like to participate, drop the word ticket in the chat, and I'll make sure I get the information to you on tickets to this event. All right, let me just give this a quick little stir, George. It's English. Come on, buddy. There we go. Oh, look how nice this is doing. I love lamb. To me, ground turkey is like styrofoam. So I have no interest in ground turkey. I love turkey, especially the thigh, but no. Also, we got the lid, this stop, okay? See how nice this comes up? Look at this. So now I don't have to worry about cutting myself or anything else. The lid comes just straight up. I'm gonna drain these off. Go over the sink and drain them off. So that's happening there. We got the lamb going now. I'm going to go ahead while we're marinating this chicken. I'm going to turn this over while it's marinating. I'll show you. Sorry. See how it's marinating in that garlic oil and oregano, which is what? Marinating means just soaking. Okay? But we're getting some flavor into the meat. The lamb is doing great. See the color, just like any other kind of ground meat. This is going to turn brownish, which means we're clean. We'll get the oil out of there. We won't use that in the dish, but now we have that come along just nicely. See how this is? Perfect. Just going to let that have a quick another minute or two, and that will be done. Because it's also going to get baked. Okay, so that's going there. That's going there. This has come along well. Going to drink a little Stronghold. Wonderful. All right. Next thing we can start working on, while those are draining, they want us to sear that. Oh, okay. So we've got the Greek salad going here. We got the marinating there. We got the lamb that's going to take the place of the chicken on this page. So we need a sweet potato. All right, time to peel a sweet potato. All right, peel a sweet potato. Sweet potato peeler. And we're peeling the nice sweet potato. Just kind of like, remember that in the old days, the military, they used to call it KP, kitchen patrol. And I guess in the Navy, Filipinos are pretty famous for being cooks. All right, that's sizzling and boiling. All right, we'll put that down. Just let it continue to do its thing. All right, so we got that done. And it says to cube it. So, before I use my knife, I like to have it sharp. So let's get that going. Now, one of the fun things about cooking is that recipes are suggestions. So I want you to have fun. Have you tried any of the recipes yet so far? I think you're going to like this cauliflower mash. It's one of my favorite things. And the reason I call it world famous because I started doing it like in 2019. And in 2019 was the first time that I had a small metabolic crisis. I told you that recently in October this last year, I had an A1C of 18.1 and a fasting blood glucose of 834. And that's insanely bad. Just if you don't know, I should be dead. And I don't want you, one of the reasons I'm doing this program, because I don't want you to go down this path. I don't want you to leave your family, your grandchildren, your spouse, your friends on something you have no reason doing. And that is improperly eating too often. That's one of the issues that we have in America, being that 93% of us are metabolically unhealthy. And part of that is because we simply eat too often. If you've been told that you need to eat 3 meals a day and then snack every 2 hours to keep your metabolism up, put 6 in the chat, would you? Because that just shows you how poorly we're being advised. How poorly we're being advised. And yes, our food system is a mess. And I think you know it. I mean, if you don't know it, now you do. And they can't even totally process the idea, and I use that word process for fun. The idea that we have 4 levels of processing of food, and part of it is such that there's ultra-processed food, right? And that involves industrial kinds of chemicals and components that really add nothing to your food other than density and illness. So one of the things we want to teach you and I want to show you is the fact that you can eat well, healthy, and inexpensively, eating good food, taking a little bit of time. I mean, let's look this way. Do you want to feel better? Yes. What is the one thing that really contributes to you not feeling better? The energy source. So what we need to do is eat cleaner, if you will. Eat with less ingredients. So this is everything here is we're cooking from what? Raw or real food. Real food, okay? Look at the ingredients, and if you find combinations of oils, meaning vegetable oils like canola, rapeseed, cottonseed, corn oil, soybean oil, palm oil, leave those away. If you see combinations of starches, not fibers, starches, you see cornstarch, you see wheat starch, you see maltodextrin, leave it. If you see oils, we just talked about, sugars, guys, there's 260 names for sugar. Leave it. And then salt, just normal salt, leave it. So those combinations create food that's hyper palatable. You're addicted to it. You are addicted to it. How many, do you have to have a soda every day, or 2 or 3 or 4? How many of those Fubaluda lattes, those malted coffees do you have? Do you have to have an energy drink every day? Do you go through withdrawals if you don't have your creamer, a creamer, in your coffee? If you have coffee, are you addicted to, I mean, look at the things that you constantly eat and buy that are packaged, that are pre-programmedly packaged, that you now are addicted to. What is it that you can't give up psychologically? What have you addicted yourself to? Quite frankly, that's an honesty report to yourself. That's an honesty report to yourself. So just want you to understand that. Okay, so now I got the oven preheated, got this cooking. All right, got that in there. Sweet potato, black beans, diced potatoes, cumin, that kind of stuff. Okay, we're going to get these together with some black beans. We're going to get the black beans strained as well. So the black beans are drained. We're going to add some leftover peppers. We've had these around for a little bit too, haven't we? So we're going to have some peppers added to this bake that we're doing, the sweet potato black bean taco bake. We're going to add some peppers. So I'm going to get these chopped up. And let's get that. So we got those sweet potatoes there. Let's get these done too. See how easy this cooked? Or see how, oops, you guys can't quite see it over there. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. There, that's better, right? You can see that? Perfect. All right. So we've got these guys. We're cut them about the same size as the sweet potatoes chunks that we've got. So we're looking at what? Fiber, a lot of fiber, and flavorful fiber. I'll show you a picture of the garden here in a minute, because a lot of these are fresh from the garden. These guys we've had out for a while because we've used them in the fajitas. We've used them in several of our dishes. And this now, we did the stuffed peppers. Remember when we did the stuffed peppers? Week 1, we did those. And we did those with what? We did that with chorizo. I love chorizo. Remember we talked about good quality chorizo? Not slimy, icky, what the heck's in it, chorizo. I like it in the trays. I'm going to have, and we did those beautiful stuffed mushrooms with langostinos and crab. Those were delicious. Do those on the grill. So see, look at this colorful combination now. Isn't that great? It's kind of stuff you want to play with. All right, so we've got those combined. And what's it say to do? All right, they want me to put some onion, garlic, and lamb. Okay, well, let's do that. Let's do that right now. So we're going to take our garlic. We're going to break some heads out of there. And a lot of people get afraid of garlic to do it. It's no big deal. You just take them and skin them a little bit. What I like to do with garlic is when I break a head, you take a little chop down like this and you peel it back. Then you just pull the skin off like this. See how we do this? Cool. And then I like using a microplane. So there's a microplane in it. Keep your fingers out of the way so you don't de-skin yourself. See how this plays out so nicely? There's that one. Let's do another one. What do you say? Take a little pinch here. Come around. Let's take the peeling off like that. Whoops. 5-second rule. I'm sure glad that I can do it in my own kitchen. Live in the real world. All right, there's some garlic there. 2 nice cloves. See how that played out? All right, it's all blended. We'll cook that and mix that in with the lamb. See that? Think we should do one more? Okay, let's do one more. Once you understand flavors and profiles of different ingredients, you can have more fun in the kitchen. All right. And there we are. Cool. And it says add a little onion. Okay, let's do some onion. This is a Vidalia. Which is a sweet onion. So we're going to cut right here. Set that to the side. I'm going to take a little slice off. I'm not going to add much onion. Okay. So that's about all the onion we're going to use. Take that last paper out. I'm just going to chop it into one day this way. I know Gordon and those kids would just go crazy. You know what? If they want to bring me onto a show and help me compete and have fun, learn how to just do it with the real kids, I would enjoy that. So there's onions going in there now too. We'll just mix that up because this is all going to get into a bake. Okay? So let's take this and blend this in a little bit. All right. Cool. And then I want to see how now we got the onions and the garlic already in there and blended. That's going to make it easier when we bake this. It'll all be flavorfully together. All right, so we have that. Good? Okay. Let's flip our marinade chicken one more time. And that's marinated pretty well. So we're going to be able to put that and prep that into the oven. That's going in for 25 minutes at 375. So we're going to put that in. Yeah. So we're going to put the chicken in now. Okay. That's going to go in at 375. Cool. And it'll come out right about on time. We're going to heat in a pan. We want us to do garbanzo beans. And so we'll do that. Take the front. And they want us to saute these garbanzo beans. Okay. So we'll get them in. And we've rinsed them. And so we'll let them kind of brown up, along with some smoked paprika. So smoked paprika, where are you? There we are. Smoked paprika. Okay, we got smoked paprika and salt and pepper to taste. Some oil. All right, they're gonna go and cook on there. Let's check and see how our mash is doing. See if our cauliflower is about done. see if it's soft. Oh yeah. Yep, the stems are even pretty soft. I like that. Okay. So a little bit more. We'll give this another about 5 minutes. We'll give it 5 minutes and we'll be ready to make the cauliflower mash. Get these guys here sauteed. We get that going. All right. So we've got the garbanzo beans going for sauteed for the salad. And we've got the oven heated. We got the skillet with the onions and the ground lamb. So I'm going to add, what we're going to do is we're going to add these guys to it. Right over here. We're going to add our vegetables to this mixture. All right. All right. Get all these guys together. And these guys are going to go into a baking dish, right? Yep. Okay. We're going to put a lid on it. We're going to make this a little bit quicker. We're going to go ahead and get that started too. We're going to let this cook a little bit while everything else is going along. So we got a little time out. I'm going to wash my hands. And we're doing good there. Just checking to make sure I haven't really forgotten too much. Got to put the black beans in there too. There's moisture. Got the black beans in. Got the garbanzo beans are talking to us now. Got the chicken in. Look at all this fun stuff we're doing. We got this going. We got that going. Garbanzo beans are moving along. See how they're coming along? What we're going to do is I'm going to swap this out. They're closer and get these guys up here. Put that there. I'm going to top just a little bit of water in there to help steam this up and help it make it go faster. That's going to go in there for a bake. Cool. So the thing we want to talk about real quick is the issue that we have, and one of the reasons that we have these metabolic issues, that we're eating way too often. I kind of alluded that earlier. So if you're eating 3 meals a day plus snacks, you're eating 6, 8, 9, 10 times a day. We aren't engineered or built that way. That our ancestors, our grandparents did. I'm 73. I didn't grow up eating like that. You didn't get those kinds of snacks. This has all been brought to you because of marketing. If you're born after 1970, this is the only thing you know. You only know about what? Snacking. And then these energy drinks, right? All you know about is constantly eat. To be told to eat to keep your metabolism high is to be told to waste money. You're wasting. You're getting bigger, right? You have all kinds of issues. If you start having skin tags and acne and brain fog and fatigue and can't sleep and toe fungus and yeast infections, guys, it's all because of food. You're not broken. They have broke you into the idea of being addicted to hyper palatable food. Hyper palatable food. What you really want to do is what? Burn fat. Does anybody not want to burn fat? Well, you can't be burning fat if you're eating 6 times a day. You only get to burn fat 2 to 3 hours after you stop swallowing stuff, and then you go for hours without swallowing anything more. So that's when you're sleeping. I call it sleep fast. Sleep fast. So when you stop eating at your dinner at say 6 or 7 or whatever it is, then don't eat again until lunchtime the next time. That way you have autophagy. Look that up, autophagy. That's a great thing to learn how to do, because then you're burning fat. So if you can burn fat, then eat between the goalposts. Once you eat, go ahead and if you have to snack between the goal line. Snack between that. So if it's like 11, 10, 11, 12, whenever it is you start eating, okay, and you stop eating at say 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe, then that's it. No nibble, no snacks. No snacks. Because what's going to happen is then you get to what? If you eat between the goalposts, in the eating zone, the rest of the time you get to burn fat. You get to burn fat. Isn't that what you want to do? Isn't that really what you want to do? Exactly. And that allows you to have more control over the hormone that you really want to have control of. Okay? See what we're doing here? Woo. Getting these guys toasted, starting to roll around like little marbles. Oh, fun. Cool. Trying to talk to me in there, aren't you? I love it. So what we want to do is stop all these spikes, and that's what happens is you get all these different spikes every time you swallow the carbs. If you eat fat and fiber, it doesn't have the impact on your gut. It doesn't have the impact on your glucose levels, which then allows you to control that hormone that is in charge of getting things cleared and stored. So eating the order of food, fiber, fat, protein. That's the order of food. Sorry. Ooh. Almost lost my lid there. Cool. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Didn't lose my food, though, so that's good. So, yes, we want to eat in the order of food, fiber, fat, protein, and carbs. I mean, y'all know, and y'all like that. I mean, I like pizza, too. But pizza is what? Mostly carb. Cereal, grains, mostly carbs. What do they feed cattle to feed them up, to beef them up? Grains. See, when Big Tobacco owned the food industry, Philip Morris was the encourager for the original food pyramid. And if you go look it up in 1992, go ahead and research this stuff, guys. In 1992, the original food pyramid told you to eat 6 to 11 servings of bread, pastas, and grains every day. Think about that. How insane. But that's what they sold to the USDA. The USDA Department of Agriculture was all for it. Why? Because they were subsidizing grain farmers. And more of those were what? Corporate farmers, large farmers, not mom and pop on the 80 acres. Large industrial farms. So you want to have fiber. You need fiber. What kind of fiber do you need? If you know what two types of fibers are, put that in the chat, would you? Because there's two kinds of fiber. Do you know what they are? Put that in the chat, would you? Yes, that's right. Soluble and insoluble fibers. Soluble and insoluble. All right, so we're going to start working on building this cauliflower mash. While we're going on this. So what's going to go into the cauliflower mash is going to be butter. It's going to be cream cheese. It's going to be, I like Havarti cheese. And the local store I shopped at did not have the blocks like I like. So I'm going to have to go with this. So going in with Havarti cheese because I love it because it melts so well. But they didn't have any blocks, so I have to buy this. Let's get that open. Then we're getting that bake going on there good. All right, so get the papers off. So we got butter, cream cheese, Havarti cheese. We're going to start adding the cauliflower in. See how nice this is, nice and steamy. It's soft. This was a huge head of cauliflower, guys. This was a huge head of cauliflower. There's a leaf. I'll get that out. Type of cabbage anyway. So get all this in here. So we had this nice steamed up. Okay. All right. Last scoop. All right. So there's that. That's off. Get my little masher. And then we just start mashing it up. Mashing it into the butter, into the cream, into the cheese. You're going to see in a minute. I'm going to add some real cream. And you can see how this has turned into a lovely mash. See how this is coming along? Get that broken. All right. And yes, you could use a power masher. I'm just using this by hand today. Okay. It's looking great. And then I'm going to take a second, let this continue to thicken up. So you see how this is turning into a mash? Then for seasonings, I like to put turmeric in this. Some turmeric. A nuance of cayenne. You know, I like a little cayenne, just as a nuance. Some garlic, salt, garlic powder. Some Himalayan salt. And I don't have any white pepper here today, so I'm just going to use some black crushed pepper. Fresh crap in there. And see how this is turning into beautiful mash. See the Havarti is starting to. Wow, excuse me guys, did I ever pepper my nose up? You see how the Havarti is giving us some extra texture? All right. Oh yeah. This is going to be great. Okay, and then we're going to add some cream. some heavy whipping cream. Just a little bit, not that much. Get it all blended in. Our sweet potatoes and beans and peppers are coming along really nicely there. They're softening up. Perfect. We're going to do the balance. I'm going to take my fiber now. So this is a patented blend of soluble and insoluble fiber. Remember, I asked what kind of fibers there are too. So the insoluble is the type, that's a fiber that sweeps your gut, cleans it out, kind of keeps it gluten pooping. Excuse me, and I'll clean my hands up. All right, so this, you can see how, look at this. This is the patented fiber. This is called Balance. It's a blend, a proprietary blend of soluble and insoluble fiber that the Cleveland Clinic said that if this was given to a population basis would lower the need and or dose of lipid-lowering drugs. If you take any of those drugs that end in OR or cardiovascular, this is the natural, and actually, according to the Cleveland Clinic, does better than those. All right, so bottoms up. See how that coats? That's going to coat my gut, slow down absorption of the process of digestion. Now I can go ahead and start testing and tasting. Look at this cauliflower mash. Doesn't that look great? Let's just see how she tastes. Get me a fork. And you can see I'm going to have leftovers some more, right? Yum! Oh my gosh, it's so good. Make this at home, guys. It is beyond delicious. Using Havarti cheese with cauliflower. You're using cream cheese with cauliflower. You use butter. You're using real cream, real heavy cream as well. And you're steaming the cauliflower. And then you hand mash it. You use turmeric and cayenne and Himalayan salt or whatever kind of real high quality salt you like. And oh my God, that's so good. I've got so much leftovers too, so that's going to be there too. Let's see how this is coming along. Good, good. We're ready to put in the oven. The cauliflower, oh, look, sweet potatoes are ready. Okay, good. We'll turn this off. This will go in a baking dish to finish off. I'll put there in a second. Let's check our garbanzo beans. They should be crispy. It looks like they are. Yep, crispy. So that's ready. This is ready to go in the bake. Let's check and see our chicken's coming that's in the oven. Now, if you don't have a thermometer like this, get one. They're not expensive. But I'm going to set it right here. I'm going to set it to chicken. Right there. I'm going to run and see how we're doing. See how we're doing temperature-wise. We're at about 143. We needed to get to 165. So see, it gives you the temperature. And so our goal is 165. We're not there yet. So that's going to take a little bit more. All right. So now our chicken needs a little more time. And it's in there at 375. Okay, it's in there at 375. So we've got a couple more minutes. It'll be done. We've got the garbanzo beans ready for the salad. We've got the Kalamata leaves or Kalamata olives. And these are Kalamata olives pitted. They are with sea salt and red wine vinegar, no sugar. We have feta cheese. No sugar. We're there. We've got romaine lettuce for the salad. We're there too. And I need that right there. Okay. So we've got that pulled together. If there's a dish that you'd like to see me make, let me know. Kind of give me an idea. Something you'd like to see. Otherwise, we're going to continue on our journey. Now, tomorrow, on Friday, I'll be later because I have an appointment that I'll be going to. This is going to go in as a bake in a minute. And on this bake, as you can see, look at this. It's all ready to go. This is going to get baked. And I'll show you the finished dish later. We're going to transit to a baking dish. Right? It's going to have some tomatoes in it, some chili powder, cumin, and it's going to go in and just be baked and it'll come out looking like that. Isn't that cool? I'm pretty excited about that. So, guys, if you, like we said before, when we eat, the longer you can go in the day before you have your first swallow of anything, that includes medication. The longer you can go, the more fat burning you can do for the longer time. So you don't become looking like this, Mr. Belly so big, okay? So this is what a finished dish would look like, following the protocol of eating fiber. Like I just did the fiber, that's the balance. Then eat fiber first, and then protein, and then carbohydrate. Here's some dishes we've already done already. The one was the crab langostino stuffed portobellos. That's deliciously heavenly. Green beans, fresh green beans. Now, we've done those where we've done them on the grill. Okay, we've got those at the farmer's market. The tomatoes from the garden right over here. So that's really what you're looking for. That's what's fun. You would pay top dollar, you would think at a restaurant, but this is inexpensive when you do it at home. It's fun. It's experiment, play. You really can't screw things up if you kind of just follow a little bit. Because you see me, I'm having fun playing it together, putting it together for you so that you have the opportunity to share and eat high-quality food, following the order of food. And then if you need a little bit of help, the protocol is really what works. Following the protocol, we do a tea in the morning. So we don't even think about eating because we're not hungry. We're not looking at anything at all. I don't miss my coffee, zeros out of nada. And oh, by the way, apple spice just came out yesterday. So if you want to know about that, make sure you let me know. Say apple spice in the comment, and I'll make sure I get that information for you. But what we want to do is you want to eat between the goalposts. Eat in the eating zone, not outside of it. Doing this way, you have 2 meals a day, 2 meals. You can put your snacks and all the other nonsense in the middle. But outside of it, penalty, don't. Eat inside your eating windows. The rest, don't. Now, girls, you are entirely different animals. So if you want to learn how to properly do this kind of work, put in lesson plan, or put in the chat. Put down, you want to know how to fast like a girl. Fast like a girl, a la Mindy Peltz, who is a member of our team. So if you want to learn how to fast like a girl, put that in the chat, and I'll make sure I get that scheduled to you because it's different. Guys, we're just guys. we've been described as a barbershop quartet. And girls, you guys with all the hormones, you're like the Philharmonic Orchestra. So I appreciate your guys' time today. Think about order of food. Think about developing a pattern to eat. Think about not snacking. You want to do one thing to feel better starting today. Stop snacking. Get rid of the snacks. Get rid of the snacks. Next time we're going to talk about shopping. More about shopping, more about the history of food. I don't want you to look like this. If you want to learn about the speakers we have coming November 8th, put down tickets in the chat. I'll make sure I get you that information as well. I just don't want you to be like this. Good enough? Thanks for your time. I hope you enjoy the recipes. I'll show finished products later. So have a great day. And I'll see you later. And go here and